Hi, welcome to my channel. This video is just a little mind hack for you going forward with whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. If you feel like what you're trying to manifest is big, is how am I going to do that? What do I have to do to make this happen? Okay, so first of all, just to let you know, I am an author and I am a coach, and you can pop along to my website and see what I have on offer there coaching wise. I also offer personalized subliminals and standard subliminals, and that's all on my website. Okay, right, we immediately feel that certain things are big. So we know on one hand intellectually that the universe does not assign a value to anything, so we can tell ourselves that, but we actually don't tell ourselves that often enough. But we immediately think that certain things are big. So that big career change, for example, that relationship change, that person coming into your life, it seems like a big thing. So it feels like a big thing. And internally, we feel it as a big thing. And we do not contradict that feeling, which is what we need to do. We need to contradict the feeling of it being a big thing. So we go and do that by addressing it and going, I am going to tell my subconscious, because you can instruct your subconscious absolutely anything, that this is small. This is a small manifestation. Now, again, I know there is no such thing as big and small, but this is a way to help your mind and your subconscious work a little bit more in harmony and to just instruct your subconscious something different. You're giving it a different reference point. So you are going to say, regarding this manifestation is small. You are not going to then believe it's small, so you're not looking for any belief here. What you're looking for is that instruction to your subconscious. Now, your subconscious is going to take on board what you say. I mean, you can then feel, but no, it isn't. But don't do that. Just shy away from doing that. If you feel yourself going, but it isn't, it's big, just remind yourself, say, no, the universe does not assign a value to anything. So actually, it's just as small as a cup of coffee or a £5 note or a text from mum. It's just as simple as that. Keep reminding yourself of that. So when you start feeling the enormity of what it is that you're trying to do, remind yourself that the universe does not assign a value, or this is small. I prefer, for the purposes of this, to go with this is small, because yes, you're going to say, well, I'm deluded, of course it's not small, but actually it is, really. Everything is small. If we allow our subconscious to do what it's designed to do, then everything is small. I'm going to give you an example of something that happened just like this in a morning. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't do that here, but something that happened within me, and then something that showed to me on the very afternoon that I had felt it. And this is bringing it back to it being small. It's a small thing, and it's all about the subconscious and allowing your subconscious to get on with the job at hand. Just get on with what it's designed to do. Okay, so I had a friend. Somebody that was my best friend back in the day. We haven't seen each other for a long time. We don't have that friendship anymore for various reasons. But you know, there's no animosity as far as I'm concerned. And I was talking to her. We used to be very close. The two families were very, very close. We'd go on holiday together, and our kids were grown up together. So we often mention them as a family and talk about them and things that we've done. And I was talking to Harry the night before, and we were wondering how old the youngest child was. We couldn't remember, and actually we got it a little bit wrong. But so we were talking about that. And then the next day, I just went and made myself a coffee in the morning, and I was due to take my mum to the hospital in the afternoon, and I was going to pop into town. And I just had my coffee, and I just thought about it, and I thought, oh, I'd love to know what's going on with the kids, what they're doing. That's all I felt, really. I think it lasted. I wasn't trying to manifest it. It's just what I thought. And I am practiced at allowing my subconscious to get on with what it's got to do. But I wasn't trying to manifest it. It was just a general interest, actually, in what they were doing. That's all I thought. So I take my mum to the hospital, and I come home, and I go into Boots in Bath, just looking at the shampoo. Actually, I was looking at I picked up a shampoo because I had bleached the front part of my hair and it was looking a bit brassy. So I went in to get some toner, which is what I've done, and it's not brassy anymore. And I looked to the side, and bear in mind, I haven't seen this friend for years. Like, literally, we live in the same city, but we haven't seen each other for years, never bumped into her. She did reach out to me when my dad died, which was really nice, and we had a brief conversation, and she didn't see me, and I just thought, oh my God, and I thought, I nearly turned around and walked away, not because I didn't want to speak to her, but because I didn't want her to feel awkward. I thought she might do. I didn't know how she would feel about having a conversation with me, but I thought, no, that's ridiculous. Like, you have spoken online, and what did you think this morning? come on. So I did. I called out and I went over, and it was maybe awkward for a few seconds, but then it was absolutely fine. And so I found out all about what the kids are doing, and they're all doing really well. She asked about our family, she asked about Harry, and it was really just really nice. And I walked away, went and picked up my mum, told my mum, and I didn't say I've manifested that. You don't want to go around saying to people that aren't into this all the time, oh, I did this and I manifested this. But you know, it was really nice. So I left it alone. I didn't do anything with it. I generally do not try to manifest things, because I know that when you try to manifest something, you are bringing your mind into something that it has no business dealing with. The part of your mind is having that thought to start with, and then going, do you know what, I'm just going to step back from this now. See what my subconscious does with this. So whatever your subconscious feeling is natural for you. So whatever your subconscious is doing and feeling, whatever your feeling is, that is natural for you in the moment. So try to go with those feelings, and don't really try to change those feelings too much, because they will change naturally with what you desire. They will change. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day, a client saying, I had a really strong feeling about where I didn't want my life to go, and it's for a long time. But that's gone now. I don't feel like that now. I woke up the other day and thought, oh God, I really feel like I wouldn't care if it went this way or that way. Whereas I was really strongly set, thinking, well, it's kind of out of whack with what I want, because I kind of feel like this. But I didn't try to push myself in any way to try and feel any different. So it changed naturally. So your feelings will change naturally. So you will loosen up on stuff naturally. You will not know how it's happened, but it will. And it's happened because you've set that intention, because you've had that desire, because you've had that thought about where you want to go in life. You will not have to do anything to force that change. It's far better if you don't, actually, because it allows you just to get on with life and not to obsess about certain things coming into your life. Now look how quickly that happened. Again, I can have feelings like that and then think, should I manifest that? And I think, no, because I can absolutely guarantee that if I had thought about that, I thought, oh, I'll manifest that, that wouldn't have happened that afternoon. It would have happened eventually, absolutely for sure it would have done, because I'm reasonably good at this, but it wouldn't have happened that afternoon. So look how we slow things up. I mean, that's just a classic example of what we do and get in the way, isn't it? It wouldn't have happened. It just wouldn't. And the reason it wouldn't have is because I would have been in slight trying mode, and I wouldn't have had resistance around it as such, but I would have been in that trying mode. So I would have been in an observation mode. So we need to let go of observation mode. That's what it is. And so again, let's go back to it all being small. So that just shows, that's a big thing. That's the person I haven't seen for years. Absolutely for years, and there you go, just in that afternoon. And don't tell me that was coincidence. Anyone that tells me that was a coincidence, I would say, and you think that's the rational reasoning, that that's a coincidence, that that's random? No, that seems completely irrational. The rational to me is the fact that I did that. That's completely rational, but the other stuff, that's not rational. Okay, so if you just instruct your subconscious, I know I've come away from that bit, but I just want to talk about this author. Everything is small. Everything is enough. Everything is a flat playing field, is a clean slate. I don't know the best way to describe it. But if you keep instructing your subconscious, this is small. Every time you want something, first of all, shy away from trying to manifest it. But before you sort of set that desire for it and feel that desire for it and go, that's small, that's so small that is. Again, you don't have to believe that's small, but saying those words have an energy. The words that we say have an energy, and whether we know it or not, when we are saying those words, we are tapping into the energy of them. Put aside your disbelief for a second, and you are just pretending. You're being a child, make believe, you're making up a story, whatever, just in the moment. You can then go back to feeling, you might go back to feeling, well, that's not true after, but in that moment, you have had the energy of this being small, and you have instructed your subconscious in that moment that you can do this. I hope I didn't confuse the issue by going from one thing to another, but that popped into my head actually, and I wasn't going to talk about that in this video. I was going to talk about that in another video, but it just popped into my head, and I thought actually it's probably a really good example to give in the moment. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love for you to do that.